all positive benefits and no negative side effects. And it really has to do with what we're eating, what we put into our body. And really the key is about inflammation. And I know Rachel's going to cover that today for you guys. But I just want to encourage you to open your hearts, open your minds to this information, because it's simple. It's not complex at all. It's a lot of common sense information, but it's just a great reminder for all of us at any point in life, especially in January, as we're all thinking about this next year and what we're wanting to do and be more impactful and just to have a better quality of life. And so I encourage you to learn with us today. And this information really was the game changer for us. And our whole family has been on Juice Plus for 15 years. Drastic difference in our medical costs, like drastically reduced the medical costs over the years. And I'm just very thankful somebody stepped into my life that I didn't even know. She was a stranger to me, and that I had the common sense to listen. So thank you for being on. I'm going to hop off, but you guys are in great hands with Rachel and Tracy and Susan and Nikki, and they've got amazing experiences themselves that they're going to share with you. So I will leave the meeting, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome.
Okay, Susan, you want to head us out or start us off? Susan, you might still be muted, I wonder.
I was.
Okay, great. That's okay.
I just want to say welcome to everyone, and that we're really excited that you joined us to learn how one simple change can add up to huge and meaningful results. And Tracy, she's here too. She's a mom on a mission, and she's going to get us started.
I was telling me to wave, so I was waving. Okay, so I'm Tracy, and Rachel and Susan and Nikki are friends of mine, and I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 sweet kiddos and a wife to Josh. And so I want to start us off by talking about how we can take care of ourselves. So Rachel has the slide there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's start about talking about you, because you need to be well and to be the best version of you that you can be. So ask yourself some of these questions. Are you eating real food? And not from a box and not from a package, but real food, like whole food. Exercise. Are we exercising most days? If you're like me, that's a struggle, needing to work through that. But exercising most days. Water. Are we drinking enough water? Not tea, coffee, soda, juice or wine. 75% water is what our body needs. It needs for us. What about sleep? Are you getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight? These statistics are they were mind-blowing to me. Our body does so many things when we're sleeping. It is detoxing, it's repairing, it's your hormones are doing everything. And society doesn't get enough sleep. And so we need proper sleep to be healthy. So there are a couple of startling trends, 2 startling trends in our world today. And we need to be well to armor ourselves, and because we to be able to face these challenges that we have, the two trends. Wouldn't you agree that we live in a chemical world? Toxins are everywhere. We're being bombarded by them, which is leading to all kinds of health problems. Unless you're living in a bubble, which none of us are, these toxins are everywhere. They're in our air. We're putting them on our skin, and they're on our lawn, in our pools, and we're even eating some of them. And so how about our food? Food quality is decreasing. Wouldn't you agree that it's decreased over the past several years? I know when I buy produce in the store, it's like it doesn't take a day or 2 for it to go bad. And so, and we can't even pronounce many of the ingredients that are in our food. And so if you can't pronounce it, we shouldn't be eating it, right? So I'm so thankful that my friend Rachel shared with me a few years ago just one simple change that would help bridge the gap for my family nutritionally. we're like so many who we are super busy, and it's so easy just to grab a box of something, or grab fast food, or just really honestly just kind of eat whatever. We weren't really paying attention to what we were eating, and not taking care of us and our bodies, and the one body that we have that God's given us. And so we're just super busy, and I often found myself, I homeschool our 3 children. I often found myself almost every afternoon after school, just like completely drained and tired and wanting to take a nap and exhausted and just feeling kind of that brain fog. And so once I started flooding my body with the fruits and vegetables, with tons of fruits and vegetables, I started noticing that I no longer feel the need to like lay down and rest, or to just have that brain fog, because I'm flooding my body with the nutrients that it needs. Before, I was flooding it with just whatever, or not flooding it with anything. So flooding it with all these great nutrients and the vitamins and the fruits and vegetables that it needs. And so I'm so happy that not only I'm flooding my body with that, but I'm also able to flood my children and my husband's body with that, because that's what we need. And so I'm thankful that Rachel was able to share that with me, and just really help increase our family's nutritional content, and just I'm thankful for that. So Rachel's going to take over from here.
Tracy, thank you for sharing your story. And it's just my pleasure to share this, because this information did transform our health 4 years ago. You know, all of the toxins in the world and the fact that our food quality isn't nearly what it was before, it's contributing to what's called oxidative stress. This is happening at the cellular level. There are the toxins, the unhealthy ingredients, the stress, all kinds of stress, and everybody's got stress in their life. All of that basically is causing this oxidative stress, which is the oxidizing or the rusting of our cells. The bottom line is that oxidative stress causes disease and aging. And the great news is we can actually neutralize or slow down this disease and aging process by getting more antioxidants in every single day. Have you ever squeezed a lemon or an orange onto an apple and seen how it protects the apple from aging or turning brown? That's because the powerful antioxidants in the fruit or vegetable that you're using is slowing down that oxidizing. And so this is the same concept. It's happening in our cells. And the only source of antioxidants are found in fruits and vegetables. So we need to be eating a ton of those every single day. That is what helps protect us and slow down the aging process. Now, this is so fascinating. Fruits and vegetables are packed with thousands of phytonutrients. That's just a big fancy word that means plant nutrients. These are the vitamins, the trace minerals, the antioxidants, the enzymes, and all of the ingredients that help prevent disease that are found in fruits and vegetables. If you look on the right, this is a list of 400 ingredients that they have found and named in just an apple. 400 ingredients that they've named. Scientists believe that there are actually over 10,000 ingredients in one apple. All the different colors of fruits and vegetables have different phytonutrients that do different things in the body, and that's why you need the rainbow of colors in your body and in your diet to detox and to protect your cells. Everything that you see here is in the right ratio, the right balance, and it works in synergy, and your body knows exactly what to do with it because it's food. So compare an apple with 10,000 nutrients to a multivitamin that might have 13 or maybe 20 isolated, man-made, fractionated components that may or may not be doing what we think they should be doing. A vitamin can never replace an apple. You know, you can't really compare 13 nutrients to 10,000. We have a deficiency in our country, and it's not a vitamin deficiency. It's a whole food deficiency. That is what our healthy living revolution is all about. Now, here's the problem with fruits and vegetables that we're eating today. We have a situation in our country, our farms, our food is being mass produced, and it's being shipped all the way across the country. And so each fruit and vegetable has actually less of a nutritional punch than what our grandparents were eating. You know, our soil has been over-farmed. We have the long transportation, like we're getting our apples from Washington State, we're getting our blueberries from Maine. I live in Florida, and some of the oranges on our shelves are actually from California. You know, fruits and vegetables are usually picked when they're green, and they're transported thousands of miles. So it's not surprising that they would lose their nutrition. And did you know that when you taste a tomato that was grown in your backyard and how that tastes compared to the one at the grocery store that's maybe kind of orange, it's not even really red. The difference we taste is nutrition. Did you know that the nutritional content actually develops when that fruit is getting ripe? So when we pick it early, we're missing out on tons of the nutrition. A lot of our fruits and vegetables have actually lost about 5 to 40% of their nutrient content. This is why today we actually need to be eating 7 to 13 servings every single day. That's an average. Now, a serving size is about the size of your fist. So if you have a big fist, that's a big serving. And we need 7 to 13. Kids need 7. Adults need about 9 to 13. And depending on if you're an athlete, you need even more. How many fruits and vegetable servings did you eat today? So we wanted to share some simple solutions that we have found. This is a picture of a tower garden, which is an aeroponic, hydroponic growing system where you can actually grow your own organic produce right on your back porch. This has actually been studied at Mississippi at Ole Miss, and they found that the tower garden actually had a 30% higher yield of produce and the nutritional equivalents to fruits and vegetables that were grown in the best soil. So this makes growing fun and easy, and my kids love to come out and help me with my tower. And we love going out to pick what we're having, what we're gonna put in our smoothie, some greens for our smoothie, and we love to go out at dinner time and pick our greens for our salad or herbs that I'm gonna be cooking with. You know, there's a whole movement, right, for everybody wants to have farm to table, or they want to eat local and organic. You don't get much local than your own back porch, and I love that there's no weeds, there's no bending over, it's grown without soil, and it actually tastes delicious, and it's fun. Schools are jumping on board, and we even have a school curriculum for the Tower Garden. And we just love ours so much. 4 years ago, I actually started flooding my body with these products right here. This is called Juice Plus. This is 30 whole foods that they picked when they were ripe. So that's when we have the maximum nutrient concentration in the fruit or vegetable. And then they freeze dry it, and then they juice it right away, and they process it right away. And so then they dry it out at a low temperature, and they're preserving all of that good nutrition. So can you imagine if you were getting the nutrition from apples, acerola cherries, beets, cranberries, dates, oranges, pineapple, papaya, peach, prunes, broccoli, brown rice, cabbage, carrots, garlic, kale, oat bran, parsley, spinach, tomato, artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, blueberry, cocoa, Concord grapes, cranberries, elderberry, pomegranates, and raspberries every single day. I've been getting that in my body every single day for 3.5 years, and I cannot even tell you the difference it has made. When you add our complete shake, which we're going to share about in a little bit, you're actually getting 45 whole food plants in your diet every single day. I am so thankful that I learned about this. 4 years ago, I was a very stressed out, exhausted mother. My kids were at the pediatrician's office pretty much every other month. And when I would wake up and another kid would have a fever, or they would wake up with a cough, or they'd wake up with another ear infection, I knew I had to cancel my plans and call the doctor. And I felt really hopeless, honestly. My husband was getting bronchitis twice a year. He caught every cold that came along. He just wasn't well. He was an asthmatic, and he was using his nebulizer all the time. And I thought I was the healthy one, just because I thought it was normal to drag yourself out of bed and hit snooze 4 or 5 times. I thought it was normal to not be able to function without a lot of coffee and sugar in the morning. I thought it was normal to need a nap in the afternoon, like Tracy. And that had become my new normal, my old normal, I should say. But when I started flooding my body with this nutrition, I'm telling you, I remember 3 weeks later, I began opening my eyes before my alarm went off. And I thought, how am I awake? I felt rested. I felt energized. I had energy for the day. After about 3 months, I noticed my kids weren't catching every cold and ear infection that came along. And I was so excited to not have to take them to the doctor. Now we try to remember our well visits, because we just don't even need to go. And then my husband after about a year, it took him about a year, and he's much healthier. And when he gets a cold, it doesn't always turn into bronchitis. And when he gets sick, it's not as long and drawn out, and it's definitely not as severe. So he's getting healthier little by little over time. I'm so thankful that Stacy shared this with me. Another one simple change that you can make, the Juice Plus company just came out with this Omega blend, which is an all plant omega. This has the omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And what I love is that they skipped over the fish, because, you know, we get our omegas from fish, but did you know fish don't really have omegas naturally? Fish eat the algae, and the omegas are actually found in the algae. So we're bypassing the middleman, and with that, we're bypassing a lot of the toxins like mercury and heavy metals that some fish are contaminated with, and we're going straight to the plant source. So Juice Plus has figured out a way to pull the omegas out of the algae and other 5 other plants. It's cold pressed. It is non-GMO. It's gluten-free. It has no artificial colors, flavors, and no fish burps. I love it. It's been shown to really help the heart, brain, joint, skin, and eyes. And we have really had less brain fog and just felt better in general since we started the omegas a couple of months ago. Now, let's see. Have you ever skipped a meal? Have you ever gotten so busy that you just forgot to eat? It is a reality today, but there is a solution. There's our shake mix, which is called the Juice Plus Complete. It's a nutritional shake, and it is delicious. And did you know that your willpower is actually a function of your blood sugar? So in other words, your ability to resist donuts or whatever it is that's your weakness, donuts used to be my weakness, your ability to overcome that and avoid raiding the pantry is whether your blood sugar is stable or not. When your blood sugar tanks, that's when you just have no willpower and you grab whatever. But the Juice Plus Complete shakes help to really stabilize your blood sugar. It has a low glycemic index. It stabilizes the blood sugar. It has 13 grams of protein. It has 8 grams of fiber, which many of us do not get enough fiber every day. Most Americans do not. And we're having an epidemic of colon cancer. I love getting this fiber in our bodies every single day. We drink one every single morning. And it actually has oligosaccharides, which are a prebiotic that helps to keep your gut healthy. When you feed your gut good food, it tells your brain, that's what I want. And this is called metabolic reprogramming. And this is so cool. I have seen this. You know how when you crave and eat a lot of sugar, that's what you crave and that's what you want? Well, when you start putting these plants in your body, you actually start to crave. When I started craving spinach salads, I was like, what is going on? This never happened before. I used to always crave donuts. So I have loved by adding these shakes, it really has helped me to crave these foods. And there's 15 other plants. It's all plant protein, and I love it so much. Nikki, would you share why you love the shakes?
Yes. There's so many ways that you can use the shakes. I have one almost every morning for breakfast, and it just gets my day going off right. They're great in the afternoon if you need an afternoon snack. I love them post-workout. My family loves the shakes. My daughter and my husband have one every morning, and she loves them because of the way they taste. They taste delicious. And my husband loves them because he says he feels lighter and less bogged down with the shakes, and he feels satisfied and full till lunch. And I will say that I take my shake in the morning and I don't think about food again till lunchtime, which if anyone out there knows me, I'm thinking about food all the time. So that's kind of a miracle in itself. But I've been trying to educate myself on proper nutrition for several years, just finding what is whole food nutrition and knowing that my body, my family's bodies need proper nutrition and whole foods in order to function at an optimal level. And so what is that? And we know we need 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. And on my best days, I'm not getting 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables in my body or my kids' bodies, and that bothers me. I want them to feel good. I want to feel good. I want us having all the nutrients, the phytonutrients, the antioxidants, and everything we need in our bodies. And Tracy, my friend, introduced me to a simple way that I can attain this for myself and my family. And so we started taking these a short time ago, and I just can't believe the difference that it's made for me. I used to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep and still wake up tired. And I just remember thinking, what in the world? I actually said to close friends and my husband, geez, what's wrong with me that I get so much sleep and I'm still tired? Every afternoon I'd hit a wall. I have 3 kids and I homeschool. And so I thought, well, I guess that's just life. But since taking these supplements, I sleep the best I've slept. I wake up and I'm not dragging. I wake up right away. We get going. I have not had a afternoon lull and I can't even remember, which is a huge miracle. And I'm so thankful. Just such increased energy. My husband raves about his increased energy as well. And I will say that I've battled with some pretty severe digestive issues for the last year. Ones that were bad enough to where I would almost get some anxiety from them sometimes, of just wondering why my body was having these issues at such a young age and how come I can't seem to fix them, and wanted to be able to do it naturally and not be on medications. And since taking these, I am so thankful to say that I haven't had these issues anymore. They're gone, praise the Lord. And so as a family, we're just all very grateful that Tracy introduced us to this.
Nikki, thank you for sharing that. So I wanted to share how Juice Plus is very unique. It's actually, there's nothing really like it on the market. And when I learned about it and was finally open to it, because I said no to it for 10 years because I was so, I don't know what I was, hard-headed. I thought, I don't need that, But Juice Plus is unique, and I'm so thankful that Stacy kept sharing it with me, because the first thing that makes it unique is it's whole food. If you look at the back of the bottle, it has a nutrition label, just like a package of spinach. It's whole food. It's not a vitamin. It doesn't say supplement. It says nutrition. I love that it's packed with phytonutrients. I love that everything is non-genetically modified, and it's dairy-free and gluten-free. So it's just good, concentrated whole food. The second thing that sets it apart is it is actually, it is safe. The NSF certification is very hard to get. They pay a third party to come in and test batches of Juice Plus to make sure that what's on the label is in the bottle and nothing else. They test it for heavy metals, bacteria, herbicides, pesticides, mold, and they make sure that every batch is clean and pure, and that every single thing that's on that label, like the bilberry, the artichoke, the cranberry, is actually in there. So we know that it's whole food. We know that it's safe. And then the third thing we know is it's effective. This is my favorite part about Juice Plus, because I'm a science nerd. There is so much clinical research that shows what Juice Plus does for the body. In fact, there's no other nutritional product in the world that is made to a higher quality than Juice Plus. It is the most researched nutritional product in the world. Right now they are, I believe they've published 37 studies, and they're working on more. And it's incredible because the studies that they're doing are all around the world, and they have published it in peer-reviewed journals, and this is not easy to do. Places like Georgetown University, the University of Florida, even Vanderbilt, and all across the world in Germany and Italy. And what has the research shown? Well, let's talk about some of the results of the research. First of all, the cardiovascular system. They've shown that it improves cardiovascular wellness. This is great for anybody with blood pressure issues or any kind of heart issue. They actually looked at Juice Plus in the body after a high-fat meal, and they compared it to people who had not taken Juice Plus. And did you know the people who had been on the Trio Blend for 28 days, their arteries did not constrict after a high-fat meal? That's incredible. There's a protective effect even when we're not perfect eaters, because none of us are. I love that it improves the cardiovascular system. The second thing they've shown in multiple studies is it supports the immune system. It actually brings the immune system back into balance. This is good news for anyone with allergies, asthma, any autoimmune problem, because really allergies are an immune problem. And it's also good for anybody with a low immune system. So, or anyone with an autoimmune problem. So it brings the immune system back into balance. And certainly my children have seen that, and my husband has seen that in his body. Some of the studies show that it improves the gum tissue, and it reduces the pocket depth. So it'll help to protect your gums and teeth, which is good news. And you might want to share that with your dentist. Many studies have shown that it reduces oxidative stress that we talked about, that aging that's happening inside of our body. All of our cells are getting hit 10,000 times a day with these free radicals just by breathing. Well, it helps to reduce some of that oxidative stress and slow that down. And I tell you, I feel younger at 44 than I did when I was in my late 20s. I'm so thankful to know that. One of the big ones that they've shown is that it reduces inflammation. This is good for anybody with any kind of itis, anybody who has arthritis or gastritis or any kind of inflammation in your body, joint pain or whatever. It has been shown in multiple studies to reduce that inflammation. And inflammation is really the root cause of all chronic illness. I'm a home health physical therapist, and I see patients in the home that really their bodies have taken a big hit with chronic disease. And I see the toll that it takes on them, their families. And I'm telling you, if they can get this in their body and reduce the inflammation and prevent the chronic illness, because 75% of chronic illness can be prevented with good nutrition and lifestyle changes, that's dramatic for me. And I'm on a mission to share that, because it's not okay. Our health care system, we are the sickest country, and we spend the most money on healthcare. What is going on? It's about what we can put in our body and moving our body. The other thing that the research has shown is that it protects DNA, which is really good news. They also have shown healthier skin, hair, and nails. They've done studies even on smokers, and they've shown an improved quality of life. They've shown a reduction in abdominal fat on young men. They've even shown improvement in insulin resistance, which is good news for anybody with who's diabetic or pre-diabetic. My brother was pre-diabetic, and he started flooding his body with the shakes and then the trio, and his levels are normal now. So we're just thankful for this. I love that the Children's Health Study, it has been going around, and over 1 million kids so far have been enrolled in the study. And this is a study, it's a live study that's going on, and it actually, Juice Plus will give your kids free Juice Plus as long as they have an adult who's ordering for themselves or someone else, and they'll give it to them for up to 4 years. And this is for kids ages 4 all the way to full-time college student. This is such a generous part of our Juice Plus company. And look at the results of the studies. Many of the kids are missing fewer days of school. My kids certainly have seen that. They're eating more fruits and vegetables. They're seeing the doctor less. They're drinking more water. 89% are more aware of their health, and 96% are reaping some kind of positive benefit. That is huge. And really, we've got to focus on our kids and start them off eating well when they're young. And I'm telling you, since my kids have been on this, their cravings are different. They're normal kids. They love candy too and stuff, but they will go and they'll get fruit. They'll get an apple. They'll get a banana out. I don't have to nag them nearly as much. I'm so thankful my kids have been getting this for almost these 4 years. We do have a 10-day jump start to 4 months of healthier living. If you're ready to kind of jump right in, we do have a program called Shred 10. Many of us are doing that right now. We usually do it for the first 10 days of the month, and it's where we're going to add more real food to our bodies. We're going to be drinking plenty of water, sleeping 7 to 8 hours, and exercising most days, and we're going to eliminate a lot of the inflammatory foods for 10 days. And I'm telling you, when you do the shred with us, you're going to get results. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to help you with that. All participants get a free shred guidebook. They get options for meal planning. They get actually a free e-cookbook and some complete shake recipes and some tracker forms and more. So we love shredding every month. We pick 10 days out of the month and we focus on our health. And I've been shredding for the last year, once a month. And I'm telling you, it has made such a difference for me. Juice Plus it has attracted thousands of doctors and other health professionals from all over the world because of the research. It sets it apart. We know physicians like Dr. David Phillips. He says that Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world, and it optimizes human health and performance at any level. There is no comparison. Dr. David Phillips is a Harvard grad, and he's also an Ironman triathlete, and he recommends Juice Plus to all of his patients. Susan, I would love for you to share your Juice Plus story with our guests. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Well, I was in Tennessee visiting Nikki, and Nikki got onto a Zoom chat just like everybody else is on right now. And so I sat in on it also just because I thought I could learn something new. And I was blown away when I heard the information that I could be getting the health benefit of so many nutritional, non-GMO fruits and vegetables for just a little over $2 a day. That's kind of mind-boggling to me because, and a no-brainer because I had struggled to get in just even half the fruits and vegetables that I was supposed to be eating in a day, and my husband. And so while I was there in Tennessee, I started taking the Juice Plus Trio. And by the time I returned home 13 days later, I noticed that my sleep had improved dramatically. And those of you who know me know that I have suffered with sleep issues for years, for decades really. And so now I'm sleeping longer and better. And this change has been just huge for me. The other thing is that my husband caught a cold and still had it when I came back, and I caught his cold also. Traditionally, my colds would hang on for at least a week. Oftentimes, they'd go into bronchitis, and I've even had pneumonia a couple times. This time, the following day after getting my cold, and this was crazy. Like the following day, I was 80% better. I just couldn't believe it. It's like I felt better the next day and was almost completely over the cold. And the only thing that I was doing different was taking Juice Plus. And so just based on those two things, I am extremely thankful for having been on that Zoom chat.
Oh gosh, Susan, that is such good news, because when you can sleep, then that's when your body is repairing itself, as Tracy shared, and all of those good things are happening, and you can wake up with more energy. And so many people have said that their sleep is better after starting Juice Plus. So thank you so much for sharing. The best part really is the cost, as Susan mentioned. For $2.38 a day, I don't know how much produce you could get at your local farmer's market or grocery store, but I sure couldn't get more than maybe an organic apple and maybe an orange for that price. But we get 30 raw vine ripened fruits, veggies, and berries at that price for $2.38 a day. And then you could flood your body with 15 plants in the shake mix for just over $2 a day, $2 a serving. That's amazing concentrated nutrition, really at an affordable price. That is healthy fast food, if you ask me. When you do the Shred 10, you do the trio, and then you do like 2 complete shakes per day plus clean eating. And I told you about some of the other rules, and you really get great results. And so we are just really thankful that someone shared this information with us. We are Moms on a Mission. We want to help people take healthy back, and we're just so grateful that you all took some time out of your busy schedules to learn with us. Let me see. I don't know how to, I'm looking at the screen and I don't see myself. So anyway, I want to open it up for if there's any questions. You can unmute yourself and I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
I'm wondering, I noticed that there's like some oat bran and rice and stuff like that in the ingredient list, and so I was wondering why that is in there.
Well, the oat bran and rice bran, because they are plant foods and because of the nutrition that they can bring. So they were very, very specific about what fruits and vegetables they chose to put in Juice Plus, and the scientists who developed it wanted this certain spectrum of nutrition, and so they added it. And I don't exactly know what phytonutrients that are in those that they wanted, but I know that it helps to balance out those 30 fruits, veggies, and berries and grains. And they are minimally processed. It's brown rice and it's oat bran.
And how do they get the fruits and vegetables into the capsule? How is that?
That is such a good question. There's a video I can have Susan share with you, but it's amazing. A lot of the growers that grow for Juice Plus have been growing for them for years. Juice Plus has been around for around 25 years. The company itself has been around for over 40, but they've just been doing these fruit and veggie and berry capsules for the last like 25 years. And so they've been working with the same farmers, and they know the farmers. The farmers are, you know, they specialize in a certain crop, and they have the processing plants very close to their farm. So they take the produce, they wash it, they freeze dry it to lock in the nutrition within hours, okay? And then they're drying it at a low temperature, keeping the enzymes and antioxidants and everything alive and not undamaged. And then they have a mixing that where they use a proprietary system where they mix those powders, and we'll send you the video. It's pretty cool how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? That was a great question, Janine.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay, well, guys, we are just so grateful that you took some time out of your precious day, and thank you, Susan and Nikki and Tracy, for sharing today. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.